Cooldown to Harsetti. Ugh.
What worthless little creatures. This is a waste
What's
of
up,
my
Unicorn?
time.
Welcome,
you
welcome.
outlived your usefulness. Now rest in peace.
I will not give in to despair.
Sovereign Harsetti, ruler of Skookyheim, the forest of the Shadow Elves, comes from a middle-class background. Although she was never a candidate for the throne,
3 days
she
left.
rose to the highest command with her exceptional intelligence and martial prowess. Soon, as political strife led to chaos, she overthrew the incompetent sovereign who was passively observing the crisis and took the throne for herself. However, unsatisfied with just being the sovereign, Harsetti secretly plans to pursue even greater ideals. Harsetti is a 5-star Dark Elemental Mage.
If they don't give
She has
us
high
free
health and
unequip
speed,
after
and can
Harsetti's
increase her
banner,
health
then there's
further
no
during
justice
the
in this
crisis
world. Because
period.
she's going to change so much about this game that everybody's going to need to
Skill
re-gear
2,
their accounts.
The Law of Skookyheim. At the start of the battle, the speed of the caster is fixed going forward, and the speed of all heroes except for the caster is limited to a maximum.
Morning,
of
Blackheart.
90%
How you
of
doing?
The caster's speed.
Stein, Carlos.
On the caster's turn, combat readiness increase effects of all heroes are not applied. The Law of Skookyheim only applies to PvP.
That's
Skill
really
3,
true, isn't it,
Champion.
Dark? And everybody's got these conspiracy theories on how to counter Harsetti
Attacks
when
all
nobody
enemies, increasing
truly
buff
knows
ratios
how her
by
kit's
2
going to
turns.
work. It's all
It
based
has
on
a 100%
assumptions
chance
of how her
each to
kit
inflict
works.
Unable to counterattack and unable to be buffed for 2 turns. Penetrates the target's defense.
What's up,
When focus is
D-Lands?
full, consumes it all, increasing damage dealt. Damage dealt increases proportional to the caster's
Thanks,
max
Squeal. I assume thanks.
Skill 1, Gambit. Gains 1 focus. Attacks the enemy with up
think
to
to do
a
slash, I
75%
need to do
chance
more of
to
this.
decrease defense for 1 turn. When it's the caster's turn, uses en passant as an extra attack. Damage dealt.
I need a
increases
cigarette,
proportional
too.
To the caster's max health. En passant attacks all enemies with a 60% chance to decrease attack for 1 turn.
You
Damage
can't
dealt
see
increases
YouTube chat.
proportional
Why
to
is
the
YouTube
caster's
chat
max health.
not syncing up?
When
Let me
10
check
soul is
that.
consumed, increases Gambit's effect chance to 100% and decreases defense for 2 turns.
Outlived your usefulness. Now rest in peace.
The Sovereign of Shadow Elves who rules the Frozen Forest. Players will be able to meet Harsetti through the Mystic Summon starting September 26th. Thank you.
Twitch, show YouTube.
If you have no use, stop existing. It's funny, really. The family struggle. I don't have the time for stupid toys.
It should sync up. It might take it a minute, but it should sync up.
Pick a fight with me. Mercy is too good to me.
Your account's 3 months old, you have 3 mystics, but you don't like her. Don't spend stuff. Don't spend mystics on things you don't like. It's a game. If you aren't having fun with it, don't pull it. Okay. Somebody type something in YouTube. Now they got Botrix over there. Let's see if you guys start inking onto the screen.
Are you done playing hero? Get rid of that.
There we go. Now you guys can see YouTube.
Would you go ahead and die?
Showtime, right here.
Tell me what to do.
Yeah, people run their mouth a lot. I definitely wouldn't go for 2 Harsetti until we see how good even 1 Harsetti really is. There's definitely 2 different versions of her, but I'm not sure I would chase 2 units.
It's a requiem in your memory.
Thanks, Epic Dash Pass. What'd you get?
This is a waste of my time. It's funny, really.
Oh, damn.
You're struggling.
Congrats, man. That's huge.
You can't go back.
Hey, thanks for the lurk, Miko.
Witness the power of the chosen.
Hey Tara, my day's going pretty good for a Monday.
I'll give you the show of a lifetime.
If you have no use, stop existing.
Yeah, you might be right, Kevmon. You might be right. We'll just have to see. Is it worth it to spend 20,000 Sky Stones to refresh the shop to reach 10,000 Mystics? Her banner's 3 weeks long. See if you get her early on, and then, if you don't get her early on, you can, see how other people play test her and see if she's really going to be the monster that we think she is. And then you can decide whether or not it's worth it. You got a whole 3 weeks. You don't have to, like, pre-farm the Sky Stones. Hey, congrats on ML Roana. She's a great unit. So, once again, I want to remind you guys to always pop over and check the stove site, because occasionally some good things pop up there, and I saw one earlier today. Event, Fenris Story Quiz event. Should always peek at stove like at least once a week to look for things like this, right? And spoilers about Fenris, and let's see. You will get 2 leafs to all heirs who complete the contest. All you have to do is complete this contest and you get 2 leafs. Answer the quiz in the comments section. Fill out the blanks. Leave your answers below. Rules. Fenris is a half-blood born between a what and a what and a what.
And Ludwig to counter a Harsetti team. What do you see as a possible counter?
Pre-banning Zeo. Zeo hard counters her. So, Fenris is half-blood, but born between a something and a something. Well, we can cheat. Between a shadow elf and a human. So, I gotta log in. Hang on, let me, move the screen over so I don't dox myself. They should give you bonus stuff for, like, giving the most outrageously wrong answer. I'm thinking Speed Sue, but, you know, I'm a cleaver, so... So, you put in your name. You put in your server. And you say, Shadow Elf and Human. You click register. And just like that, I'm on the list and I will get 2 leafs in my inbox. So... Here's a link to this stove post, but you should check your stove post every week. Get free stuff.
And not Harsetti.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see how people build Harsetti. Letting the chefs cook. My daily oath key. Oh, give me a 5-star. It's been so long. What's that?
Yo!
How to play Navy Captain Landy. Oh my god, that's a really good video. I don't mind you promoting that, Sue. That's a hell of a video. Okay, one more. Okay. RNGesus is not with me today. Had the chefs figure out a way for Fenris yet? Caides 13. He's really good in Caides 13. If you can farm Caides 13, why aren't you doing Rift? But I guess if you want to burst through Caides for your adventurous path stuff, he's really good there. Other than that, he really doesn't have a use in the game. He's, I think when Hall of Trials comes out next week, he'll be a must-have there. but we'll see. How many more of these did I have to do? Speaking of adventurous path, should I instantly transmit 3-star dupes, or should I first imprint a triple S? There's a reputation bonus, which is in the reputation section, not the pet house. There's a reputation bonus. I believe it's under memory chain. Yeah. Unlock devotion skill to triple S. And this is pretty good rewards. Once you've maxed this out, then you can just transmit them. But if you haven't maxed this out yet, always imprint a triple S, then transmit it. It's the same amount of stuff. You transmit 5 units, or you combine them and transmit the one combined unit, you get the same payout of rewards. There's no advantage of one over the other. So always go for triple S just to get this reputation bonus first. Because this is a good chunk of, I believe this is bookmarks. So it's a good chunk of bookmarks doing it. So you always go to triple S and then you transmit. But once this skill's capped out, there's no reason to imprint them together. Just transmit them as you get them. Thanks, Derpy. I appreciate it. Okay. Let's actually put some time into this. So I need to do, just 9 more times. Easy, easy, easy. I'm saving 1 triple S of each just in case. Yeah, it's always good to keep 1 of every unit. You never know what weird esoteric event's going to drop that's going to really use a 3 stars kit. Okay, easy way to do 9 of these. What team am I not using? I'm using all of these. Use this one. So a good A13 team. How about Ross, the PvE Dream Team, Tam, and Aria, and a DPS unit. You want to try closer? We can try closer. I'd like somebody that hits multiple targets, right? Somebody that hits multiple targets, clears the ads. I'm going to use Vildred. Vildred, where are you? There you are. Just need 9 quick battles. Let's do 1 quick battle to test it to make sure it works. Seems to work. Should I get more Elbrus or focus on getting copies of something like Spirit's Breath, Windrider, Holy Sack? Depends how many Elbri you've got. I think Spirit's Breath is one of the more important PvE artifacts, but it's one of the least... Oops. It's one of the least important... Whoa, whoa, whoa! What's going on? Bruh, it was going so well. Are you missing gear? No. God damn it. One of these days I'll remember to check before I send people into the fight. Yeah, you know, Vivian would probably be even better than Vildred here. She's missing gear too. Okay. Let's see. Destruction, piece for armor. How about this? A little weak. We need more crit chance. More crit chance. But this. How about this? This. What the hell is going on? Where's all my crit chance? Why are you on a hit set? Why in God's name do you need a hit set? She must just be holding random gear for somebody. There we go. That looks better. Sorry, I got distracted. I think you're going to want at least one Wind Rider on your account. Ideally 2 or 3 Wind Riders, but at least one. And it's a semi-limited artifact. If you don't have Bloodstone, I think you need to get Bloodstone. I tell you what, pop over here and search for TristenWulf artifacts. And let's see, what do I think about this situation? Wind Rider. Yeah, left to right, right? If you've already got one, you get the next one. Once you've got one of all of these, then you start multiplying up, right? You start going, I want more Wind Riders. I want to make sure that this procs more often. I'd like to have additional Elbrises. And then if you've got units that specifically need them, you can pick up these. Certain units really need certain ones of these. Holy Sack is really, really nice. Touch of Rekos is really, really nice. But these ones are damn near required. So that would be my recommendation. If you want more details on this, just search TristenWulf Artifact and check out the video. What's up, Rastafarius? Tamasseria, Landy, Bomb Model Kana. Tamasseria, Landy, Bomb Model Kana. Landy, Bomb Model Kana. Landy and Kana are on lifesteal already. Sounds boring. We only need 2 more wins. Let's just run this through. Let's give Tam a neck, though. It's kind of sad that she's sitting here without one. Broken speed set. No wonder I had those fails. That is okay, I guess. I'll need more ER later, but this will work for now. No more quick battle. I only need... We lost 3, right? Are you wearing gear? Wow. How did I win those fights? Speed. You need a speed ring. Madness. I bet Ras is missing gear too, aren't you, Ras? You're missing an artifact. One, 2, 3. Oh. Ran, Euphine, Violet, Kairon. Of those 4, I would go with Ran. Green Euphine, you're not really going to use anywhere. People will talk about her usefulness in Labyrinth, but it's really kind of a niche late game usage. Violet's really nice early game. You'll be able to solo some arena with them, but there's so many things that hard counter evasion right now that he's hard to use. And Kairon is basically just anti-cleave and RTA. He really doesn't have any other use in the game. So until you get into RTA and start getting annoyed by cleavers, you're probably not going to reach for him very often. But Ran, you'll use Ran in PvE, PvP. He can be a damage dealer. He can be a support. He's the fastest unit in the game. Literally the tied for fastest unit in the game. I think you'll be really happy with Ran. Somebody who can soul burn, defense breaks, and do damage, and penetrate on his S1. So nice. You see my Baiken for Banshee? I can pull up what she used to look like, but I don't use Baiken anymore. Is Falconer Cleary good? Yeah, she's really good. Knight who can passively heal and give defense breaks. What's wrong with that? You'll use her in a lot of Abyss. She can solo Banshee, as crazy as that sounds. If you build her right. You won't use her terribly often later game, but she has some pretty nice uses early on. That's the no bike and run. This is an old ass video, but there's my old biking. So just a good chunk of damage, 85% crit chance because you got elemental advantage going into water. So she only needs 85 crit, less if you use a crit boosting artifact. And then I just put her on rage set. This video was out before pen set even existed. That's how old this video is. A little bit of effectiveness on her to stick bleeds, and you're good to go. Most optimal way to spend energy to grow an account after clearing the Auden chapter. How to farm everything. Watch this video. Watch this video, okay? If you still don't know the most efficient way to farm an account, or to farm after this, then hit me up again. But this video should answer all those questions about where to farm. I think I say it best here in the first few seconds. One of the most common questions I get asked is, what should I farm? Where should I start? Is Rift better than Hunt? What's best to grow my account? So I'm going to spell this out to you as simple as I can, guys. Epic 7, much like real life, is a game of resource management. You've got to focus on what's most important to you at the time. Let this be the phrase of the month for you. Focus on the biggest return on investment. Okay? Arden, thank you so much for the sub, buddy. I appreciate it. There's that video for those of you who missed the link. Okay, I think I need to do this 2 more times, right? Wanted to ask about Water Aria. Does she still help a lot in Wyvern, or is she mostly PvP now? I got a maxed out 6-star selector thing using on her. She is, she lets you solo some Abyss floors on full, not solo, she lets you full auto some Abyss floors. She's really, she is the easiest access to a Wyvern 13 one-shot. There are better, faster one-shots, but she's nearly 100% success rate, and she takes very low-end gear. Could probably build the Aria one-shot on Wyvern gear and maybe 1 or 2 additional pieces. Eventually you'll want to take her into PvP, and at that point in time you'll need substantially better gear, right? The duality of Aria is she takes just jank whatever you have laying around gear to get into PvE, and she's a monster there. But once you get into PvP, you start caring about effect resistance, effectiveness, and HP, and stacking those skills up into an RTA, Guild Wars kind of an Aria takes much better gear. So, I think she is well worthy of a plus 15 selector, because at early game, she crushes a lot of PvE, and at end game, she's really good in PvP. Ironically, there's this weird no man's land of mid game where you've already got a better Wyvern team, you've already accomplished Abyss, but you don't quite have the gear to make the RTA Aria, and she feels really bad. So she kind of has this meteoric rise early game, and then she falls off mid game, and then she's back for late game. Does Aria's S2 crit rate boost show up on her equipment? I'll take a look at the kit in just a minute. If it's a raw boost to the skills like with Alencia, then yes. If it is a conditional, like when this skill's available, the thing happens, or after she uses the skill, the thing happens, then no. What build am I thinking of putting on Harsetti? I'm gonna try speed first, but that might be tough because she'll steal the gear right off of my Luna, and I'm not sure I'm ready to go there yet. But I'm thinking slow will probably be the way. I think if you want to play fast, you just pre-banner. But we'll see. Let's take a look at Aria. Increases hit rate chance by 30%. So yes, this will show up in her kit. It's a passive, it's not conditional. So yeah. These stats already show her that 30% added in. This 76% boost, only 46% of this is coming from my gear. The rest is coming from that passive. So sorry, if you were counting on getting that 30% getting you the rest of the way up, it ain't gonna happen. What do you mean the story's horrible, Sue? It's an amazing story about one man's journey to sleep with his best friend's girlfriend, but she doesn't want to sleep with him, so he sacrifices her to an elder god. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? But then he's grief-ridden over the fact that he killed his best friend's girlfriend, so he spends the entire rest of the chapter in some weird esoteric backwater way of bringing her back to life. It's a tale as old as time, Sue. It's a classic. How can you not like that? Oh, and then there's furries and racism and that kind of stuff happens there too. I mean, it's got a little something something for everybody. Sorry if I spoiled chapter 4 for you there. I tried to cliff note it and keep it as just a teaser. What should I build next, Judge Kisei? Once you have gotten, if you look at my tier list for the must-have, must-build units, which again, search TristenWulf units and pull up the selector tier list. Once you build that top row, once you've got those units built, it's kind of player's choice. Those are the core units. After that, pick one that looks fun. If you aren't sure, slap Grace of Growth on it and take it out for a spin. If after you've had Grace of Growth on her for a couple of days, you're like, yeah, Judge Kisei's just not doing it for me, take Grace of Growth off of her, start building another unit. The entire purpose of Grace of Growth isn't to give you a free upgrade. It's the way almost everybody uses it, but the entire purpose is for newer players or people who've just pulled brand new units to test a unit out, try it out, see if they like it, and try it before they buy it. And you go, okay, we'll try Kane. Nope, this was terrible. Take Grace of Growth off, wait a couple of days, slap Grace of Growth on the next unit. Oh, this one was great. I'm going to start farming her catalysts. I'm going to start getting some penguins together. I'm going to save up my Molagora, and once I got it, take Grace of Growth off of that unit, put all the resources in to build it, and now you can use Grace to test out another unit. The second slot of Grace of Growth is temporary. Yes, it only lasts 30 days, and then you can buy it again if you want it for another 30 days. I don't recommend buying that slot. It's too short of a period of time for such a high price. I've got it for another 6 or 7 days. I bought it just to make a video. It's really, really nice because there's no cooldown. You can just swap. It's like, try this one, now that one. And that's actually really nice if you're trying to push Abyss and you watch Sue's guide, and Sue's guide says, for this level you need Bernard. Grace on Bernard. Now Sue says I'm going to need Destina. Grace off Bernard, Grace on Destina. There's no cooldown. You can just hot swap the units. So it's really nice when you're pushing Abyss. But other than that, I think it's a tremendous waste of Sky Stones to spend to just have one additional Grace slot. What about my current Banshee team? I don't farm Banshee. If I did farm Banshee, I would put Christie and Flurry on a team, and then I would put 2 other green DPSs on the team, and then I would just use Quick Battle. If I decided to farm Banshee in earnest, like to get the reforge mats, for example, then you bought it thinking it was permanent. Rip. Sorry, man. Yeah, it says it right there in tiny little fine print. If I was going to farm it in earnest, I would probably... I would either rebuild my Strays team to one-shot it, or I'd rebuild my Biken team. I do like my Strays team because it's a 3-man team that's guaranteed success. It's Pavel, Strays, and Vivian. The 3 of them together can one-shot it with 0 fails. But I just farm Rift. It's better gear. The only time I get into trouble with it, and really I'm kind of running into that issue now, is I run out of reforge mats to level the Banshee gear. I actually am planning on retooling my Rift to drop gear that's not Banshee gear because I'm out of damn reforge mats, which is something to consider, guys. If you are thinking about which gear to select from Rift when you're farming, select the gear that you have reforge mats to level. You know, what's the point of getting a whole bunch of counter and destruction gear if you can't 90 it because you're out of reforge mats? There's no expedition to farm it on, so your only choice is to go farm Banshee. Do people still use Lua? Not very much. Units like Laia pretty much killed off Lua. Laia countering Lua and Nakwal. You know, the resurgence of Nakwal have kind of pushed Lua to the back, which is crazy, right? She was a great disaster unit, and she's just not used much anymore. Can I link here? Yeah, you can post links, psychopath. Is it worth it to max 3 or 4 stars? Do they have value? Some of the most important units in the game are 3 and 4 stars. Crazy, huh? Here are all of my units. Ross, 3-star. One of the most important early game knights. I still use them late game. You saw me use them just now. Doesn't see terribly much use, but Inos, 3-star specialty change. Especially specialty change units. Very useful. I think Revna is going to be really, really, really good. Zealot Carmen Rose, 3-star specialty change. Damn near required to farm light expedition. Mui, 3-star. One of the most important units for farming Banshee at an early level. Lilka, one of the best support units to have for expeditions, as well as she's pretty good in Banshee and some other PvE. There are a ton of 3-star and 4-star units. This 4-star unit is so good, I have 2 different versions of him built. This 4-star unit is so good, I have 2 different versions of him built. I had 2 different versions of Wanderer Silk built, she's so damn good. So yeah, there are plenty. Yeah, I was still thinking about Lilka for Banshee. Mui for Wyvern. So yeah. One of the things about Epic 7 that a lot of people who are new to this game have trouble wrapping their brains around initially, especially coming from other games. Most games are unit driven. You need the units. The units make the things happen. Epic 7 is less unit-driven and more team-building. Right? I'll tell you, if I say, hey, Sue, who is the most... Who are like 3 of the most powerful units in the game, strongest units in the game? Sue's probably going to belt out answers like ML Luna, ML Landy, Arbiter Vildred, Zeo. You know, he's going to bang out some pretty strong-ass names. But then I go, oh, okay, so I want to go out here and I want to farm, Wyvern 13. Which of those units do I use? And he says, none of them. None of them are any good. And I was like, but they're the most powerful units in the game. It's like, yeah, but they're absolute gutter trash in this fight. In this fight, you want to use a 3-star knight. You want to use a 3-star unit Mui. You want to use an ice unit that's free for Sigrid. Oh, Sigrid's really good? If Sigrid's the best here, she's good everywhere. No, actually, she's terrible everywhere. She's only good here. Epic 7's a very diverse game, and each game or each aspect of the game has its own specific set of rules and conditions. And a lot of this game is reading the boss's skills, learning how they work, and figuring out a way to build a team around the job. That's why people bloody hate doing Abyss. It's why it's one of the most common things we get is people saying, hey, there's like 120 freaking floors of this. How do we do it? And the team that you use on Abyss 120, after you click on the unit and you read through all their skills, you read the entire freaking novel of what the skills do, you go, okay, he does all of these things. How do I keep this from killing me? What team do I pick to work around it? And remarkably, the way I built this team was with green lots, a 4-star unit, auxiliary lots, a 4-star unit, Terranor Guard, a 3-star unit, and a Soul Weaver, if I remember right. Hardest Abyss floor out there. And I only used one 5-star unit when I beat it. And that's not the only way to beat it. There are lots of ways to beat these floors because there are lots of units. And one of the fun things about this game is trying to figure out how to solve the puzzle and build the game. Epic 7 is a game of team building, and team building is a game of gearing the units properly to interact with each other. You'll hear the phrase speed tuning thrown around a lot, and that's making sure that your speeds on your units are right so that the units execute in a specific order, so that the supporter supports the bridge, and that the bridge pushes up the DPS, and that the DPS does their attack. But then the defense break happens. Nope, that was out of order. We wanted the defense breaker before the attacker, but now the attacker's going after the monster and getting killed. Okay, we got to change the tuning a little bit. And once Banshee 13 is your first introduction into the importance of speed tuning. Everything has to go in the right order or the run fails. And yeah, that's one of the things I like. And that's one of the things a lot of people don't like. They just want to throw their hands up in the air and say, God damn it, Sue, make a guide on this floor and show me what buttons to push. I'm sick of losing here. And sometimes it's easy and sometimes it's not. This floor right here, I finally beat this floor and I was so happy. I finally took BBK out and I packed my family up into the car, went out to a nice restaurant, ordered a bottle of wine, and celebrated beating this floor that I spent 3 weeks on. Drove me nuts. It's easier now that we have other units, but back in the day, God, what a nightmare this was. Everybody has their boogeyman, right? I think it was 85, was it? Or was it 95? Nope, wasn't 95. Nope. It was the Ken one with the goddamn mushroom. This one. This floor. Holy shit, this floor. I almost put my fist through my monitor on this floor, and I finally did it. I finally killed Ken, and I'm cheering and jumping up and down, and you know what that son of a bitch did? He turned from Ken into fire, into ML Ken, and his HP bar filled all the way back up, and I was like, that wasn't the end? That wasn't his final form? I'm getting Final Fantasy bossed on this one, and I had to fight ML Ken. Oh my god, I lost my mind. And it was funny, I got my entire guild together, and I said, you guys need to show me how to do this, because I can't figure this out. And I got into a Discord room with them, and I fired it up. I said, here, let me show you what's been happening to me this entire past week. Why it's not working for me. And I showed them, and I beat it. So, yeah, they're all like, oh, glad we could help. Like, son of a bitch. But yeah, I still have PTSD over this damn mushroom. Ugh, that floor. So anyway, everybody runs into their boogeyman. I remember back in 2019, Ludwig being a giant pain in the ass for me. And now he's a joke. Now you just auto him with free units. But back in the day, that Ludwig down here somewhere, I still hated Ludwig as a unit just because of what he did to me in Abyss. What team do you use for Abyss 100? Did I do an Abyss 100? That's a good question. I have not done an Abyss 100 yet. I did 101 and 102, but I've not done 100 yet. I've got notes on it. I could do it. Sue's doing a really good Abyss series. Has he done it yet? TSU. Sue, where's your Abyss 100 guide? Well, get the lead out. We need Abyss 100. Chop, chop. The next time there's free on Equip, guys, I promise I will start cranking out Abyss guides. I'm basically going to try to stay 1 or 2 steps behind Sue, let him pave the way. I'm going to look at what Sue did, and I'm going to find a way to do it different than what he did. So between the two of us, we can reference each other's videos and try to get a good guide series together, so that if somebody says, hey, what's a good replacement for the unit you use, I can say, go watch Sue's video and vice versa, and hopefully that will help people climb through it. But right now he's leading the charge on something that I really didn't want to do because I bloody freaking hate making Abyss videos. They take like it's like takes an entire day for some of these floors just to put the video out. It obliterates our accounts because we have to take gear off so many units, put them on other units, find a way to do it, and then we have to redo it, finding a way to lower the gear requirement down so that people can't say, oh, so the answer is just get whale gear and beat it. You gotta try to find a way to make accessible, not use limited units, not use ML units, not use collab units, try to be careful that we don't use hard to get artifacts, try to make sure the gear level is low, but still be able to complete it in a semi-reliable way. There's a lot that goes into it. So, just hang in there. We're doing the best we can. It's 120 floors. It's nearly a year's worth of work to get all of this done in an effective way. Is the glitch fixed in 104? I don't believe so. I've heard it still works, Sue. If you're talking about where you use blind to make the witch doctor miss so it doesn't push phase and you can kill it without summoning the dragon, I'm 99% sure that still works. You only using connection heroes? I think it's fair to use connection heroes, any of the free 5 stars, right? Yuna, Sigrid, Sirmia, I think that's fair. I'll probably use Spectre Tenebria a lot in my videos. You might be steering away from her, but she is a unit that, like, if you didn't pick her up from Moonlight Connections, you fix it when Headhunt comes around. Yeah, Kyrus is kind of a must. But yeah, I just whatever you do, I'm going to do it different. That way we don't cannibalize each other. We actively fuel each other, and I think that's the best for the community. It's useless for both of us to make the same damn guide, right? So I think as long as you know, and I want to do it great, like really different, right? Like if you use. Like, if I just take your team and use a slightly different DPS unit, it's not really a different team. I want to find a completely different angle to beat it. Kind of like what we did with Abyss 102, right? Your 102 and my 102 were very, very different. And that worked out so well. Because when people said, hey, I can't do what you did, I was like, go look at Sue's video. He did it very different. So that's kind of my goal. Oh, the scorpion cheese. Oh, I missed the scorpion. Pour one out for Jadewind Scorpion. You are too good for this world. There he is. Can't even pull him anymore. Nobody has ever been nerfed as hard as Jadewind Scorpion was nerfed. Not only did they nerf his kit, they made it so you can't even get him anymore. What Scorpion did is, you know how some units like Carrot can detonate burns? He could detonate poisons. So you would just use Curious to put a whole bunch of poisons on a unit, and the Scorpion would detonate it, and boom, level 100's done. He would one-shot Abyss 100. They nerfed the shit out of this. He lasted for like all of 5 days, but there's some great banger videos out there of him one-shotting Abyss. Smilegate went, oh hell no. Thanks, Captain. For those of you who want that Abyss content, make sure you follow Sue. There's his Twitch channel. Those of you on YouTube, just search I'm_Sue, TSU. God, I hate Abyss 103. 103 wasn't so bad for me, but I think it's because it wasn't terribly RNG dependent. It was just kind of a gear gap. If you're getting to a point where you can't beat an Abyss floor, like, take my Ludwig fiasco back in the day, right? After I threw my phone across the room... Oh, fun fact, that Abyss 105 floor I was talking about, I legitimately taped pillows, duct taped pillows to the wall, so that I could have something to throw my phone against. And I did several times. I got mad and threw the phone into the pillows. If you run into a situation like that, you may just be getting gear gapped by the floor. Not so much gear gapped, gear gated. That's a better word for it. You're getting gear gated. You all you got to do at that point in time is walk away from it for about a week. I walked away from Ludwig for 2 weeks because I was mad at that little shit. Every time he jumped into his gold chair, pissed me off. So I walked away for about 2 weeks. I went and farmed Adventure more. I went ahead and got my Labyrinth team down. I started farming Raid. This is back when there was only 2 Raid bosses. We only had Devourer and Carcanus. There was no Queen or Julie or any of that stuff. That's how long ago it was. Started farming that. I started getting some level 67 necks and rings, which seriously upgraded my account. It was a different world back then. And then I said, you know what? I'm kind of feeling like I hate myself a little right now. Let's go back and fight Ludwig one more time. And I went in there and I mowed him over. It was like a fake fight. I was like, did they nerf it? And they didn't. I just got a lot stronger. A lot happens in 2 weeks. So yeah, if you are hitting a spot in the game that you can't get past, don't push it. Don't force it. Don't tilt and lose your mind over it. Don't throw your phone against the wall. Just go farm something else. And then come back a couple weeks later and be blown away by how easy it is. That was a hard lesson for me because I was very, thick-headed. I was not willing to admit defeat, but don't think of it as admitting defeat. It's a strategic retreat, and then you'll come back better and stronger later. 13 losses. This defense is not working. Let's see, how about we go with Bellion and Luna and Shu and Laya. Which Bellion are you? Wrong Bellion. That'll do. Do I want her? Do I want Luna or do I want Ilanov? Yeah, let's try this. This weekend we have the upgrade buffs. I think so. I'm pretty sure. Hey Tristen, should I get the Sirmia Infinite S3 artifact from the selector, or is that one limited? The Sirmia Infinite S3 artifact. Oh, you creation and destroy? Oh, hell no! Please, for the love of God, don't do this, man. Don't do this thing. Is this what you're talking about? It's very funny, but I don't think this is anywhere near best of slot on her, man. 80% of the time, this artifact does nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's funny when it happens. It's hilarious, but yeah. I would not select her this artifact. I get annoyed when it drops, and it keeps dropping. I've never bought one of these artifacts. This artifact just freaking loves me. But, yeah. No, I can't recommend that. I think if you are running Lionheart Sirmia, then you want her on Golden Rose. Is probably her best in slot. Oh shit, it's plus 30. We're gonna need more charms. Resource management. Guild. Yeah, I do like Golden Rose on her. Draco Plate's also nice, but if you're going to run her on like Draco, you're going to need her on a lifesteal set. If you're going to run her on damage like mine, you're going to need a healing artifact. Mola Monday. Great googly moogly, we're running out of charms. It's all these artifact selectors, just running out of artifact stuff. Border Coin's pretty nice on Fire Sirmia, but I don't think it does much for Lionheart. Eulogy doesn't drop artifact charms, unfortunately. The only way to get artifact charms is from your guild and from farming Labyrinth. Or Raid, I should say. There we go. About freaking time I got a plus 31 of those. More stuff. Oh god, Caides 9, how many? Oh, 30 times. You're killing me, Smalls, you're killing me. Okay. Who said it? Who said it's Fenris's time to shine? Okay, so you out and you in. Fenris. Sirmia. Lionheart. Roana. You on gear? Good. You on gear? Good. You on your gear? Damn it, Sirmia. You're missing a rage piece, it looks like. That'll do. And Fenris, you're on gear, right? Good job, Fenris. You look amazing. Change this to... Can have cigarettes for now. I guess I should put rest of your gear on. Manage. Recommended. Attack. Little speed. Good crit. Lots of damage. None of this. Go. More crit. Less crit damage. Come on. Let's attack. Force a crit set and a destro set. Go. We'll take it. 97's close enough. Doesn't have to be perfect. Oh, wait. He's unawakened. He doesn't have any of his shit. Okay. Remember when I said this is terrible? It's really nice while you have it, but 17 days left. So let's change you to... I do not recommend you guys buy this. Do as I say, not as I do. Caides, go. This team... See if it works. I don't have a defense breaker, do I? Not having a defense breaker feels kind of weird. Show me a big number. Ammo. That's actually pretty damn impressive. This should finish it off. Okay, everybody's full health. Nobody was in any kind of danger there, so that's not bad. Ouch. Heals up. Activates you. Activates you. Gets rid of the restrict. Big numbers. What if we take Lionheart out and put Aria in? I bet this would go a lot faster. The double hits from Lionheart are nice, but we're just like death of 1,000 cuts without a reliable defense breaker here. I don't think Brieg's that good here, but we could try him. I think Asteria is just going to be better. Good job, Fenris. You brought so much to the team. Now let the rest of the crew carry. Lionheart Sirmia skin should be in the shop in about 9 months. So if you're jonesing for the Lionheart Sirmia skin, probably be able to pick one up sometime around June or July next year. What art's on my Fenris? I think he's on Daydream Joker right now. I think. That or the XP one. I don't care if it makes round 1 longer, as long as it makes this round 2 not this awful long. Next in the shop should be Aria. Maybe. Don't know. We'll know for sure probably tomorrow. Definitely by Wednesday. How about Bologna? She'd work okay. The problem with Bologna is she doesn't have any non-attack skills, and you see the danger level thingies over top of their head. This, the higher this danger level, the more damage you take, and it goes away when you use a non-attack skill. So you kind of want to have units that have built-in non-attack skills. That's why Sirmia and Lionheart and Fenris are, excuse me, so good here. Okay, so this works for quick battle, but God, that was awful. Let's try it with you out and you in. Wrong unit. God, I can't see your gear because it won't let you look at gear from that screen. Yep, that looks fine. We used to have a charm dungeon. Nobody ran it, so they killed it. Yep. The original Hall of Trials was a charm dungeon. Why not just use the green expo team? Mine doesn't survive. Plus, this is like the one place Fenris is usable. Look at that damage. It's the one place. Remember when somebody said that Asaria is going to slow down stage 1? That was fun. Into that defense break. Blammo. Big numbers. Not bad for not having an attack buff. Hey Wolf, I want to spend some money in E7s. What packs do I need to start? I have a video up somewhere where I reviewed the packs, but most of the starter packs, anything that has the phrase rank up in it, if it's got rank up in it, it's probably a really good value. The rank up packs are just solid starter packs. They're loaded with Molagora, Sky Stones, depending on which one you buy, those are great. Burning Passion packs are the highest value pack in the game for farming. For just a couple of dollars, you can get enough leaves to crush through the weekend. The number, danger level, it means Caides will focus them. Caides will focus the one who has the highest danger level, and the higher the danger level is, the more damage you'll take, the bigger the pop damage is. Beyond rank up packs and Burning Passion packs, usually special event packs, collaboration packs, something that's special for a current event that's going on. Anniversary packs, Foundation Day packs, those are usually really good value. Beyond that, look at what's in the pack and decide what you want to get out of it, right? If you want Molagora and you buy a Molagora pack and you get Molagora, then you get what you expected. You got what you paid for. Whether or not it was value for your dollar is subjective, but at least you said, hey, I spend 50 bucks, I get this thing, and that's what happens. If the pack is loaded with RNG, it's like 50 bucks, and here's a bunch of 5-star, or here's a bunch of 4 to 5-star tickets. You could have spent 50 bucks on getting a really good 5-star unit that you needed, or you could have spent 50 bucks and gotten 4 green Leos. And you've got to decide at that point, am I buying it for the entertainment? And am I buying it because I enjoy the gamble? I like fishing for that dopamine hit. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I'll be able to walk out of the casino going, at least I had fun, instead of how am I going to explain this to my family? Okay, depending on where you land on that spectrum of at least I had fun to how do I explain this to my family, let that be what determines whether or not you purchase any pack that has got gamble in it. Any pack that is a chance for something, is here is a bunch of Mystic and Moonlight tickets for your money. Because the house is always stacked against you, and buying packs that have gamble in them are going to not work out more than they do work out. So make sure you are just have the money to spend, first of all, and that you're going to enjoy spending it, win or lose. Okay, so this team seemed pretty fast and consistent, so let's quick battle as much as we can. I think I still have some quick battles left over here. But yeah, spend responsibly. I've spent on this game myself, and it's totally okay if you want to do that. Oh, hey, I remember my PSA. Let's make sure this works, right? So it's still on week 3. See, because I didn't claim this, I didn't progress to week 3. So I can collect all these daily missions, and once I'm done collecting all of these daily missions and getting my gold, then I can claim this. It'll activate week 4, and then my daily missions will be back. So this totally works, guys. Do not collect the final reward on Sunday, and you'll be able to get double daily missions on Monday. Cheating, it's creative misapplication of the rules that are presented before me. It's not the same thing. But yeah, let's nuke this Caides. Caides, where are you? Hunts. Yeah, it's 400 free stamina times 6 weeks. It's like 2,500 stamina total. It's a little bit of all right. Okay. Oh my god. Such a hungry event. 1 win, 2 win, 3 win, 4 win, 5 win. Uh-oh. Never mind, 6 wins. Is there a list of artifacts that are safe to dismantle? We lost. I looked away to read chat and they snuck a loss in on us. That's okay. This is pretty safe. You are safe to sell all of the 3-star artifacts with a few exceptions, okay? The free artifacts, I strongly recommend keeping at least 2 copies of Prophetic Candlestick. You definitely want 1. Having 2 is nice. I've got 3, and I don't think I even used the 3rd one, right? But having a couple of Prophetic Candlesticks is good, so write that one down. That's a 3-star artifact you should keep. Oath Key is a nice artifact because it lets you deal with evasion units better, but since the inception of Symbol of Unity, which you can get through the guild shop, this unit's fallen out of favor and isn't really used on everybody. I think it's not a bad idea to keep one just in case, but you're probably not going to use it anymore. But I would keep at least 1 Oath Key. So we've got Prophetic Candlestick and we got Oath Key. Other free artifacts. Daydream Joker. I strongly recommend at least 2 Daydream Jokers. 3 would be ideal. I know I've got like 7 of them here, but this is back when everybody was running all of the hunts. So you had a Banshee team built, you had a Wyvern team built, you had a Caides team built, and you wanted Daydream Joker on all of those hunt teams, and it was a pain in the ass to swap artifacts back and forth. So we all made multiple DDJs in order to have our hunt teams built. Now that's not really the case anymore. Most people aren't building every hunt team because once you get to the point where you can farm every hunt, most people are sliding over into Rift. So I think 2, maybe 3 Daydream Jokers is plenty. I don't think you need to go this nuts. This is kind of legacy, but yeah, keep, let's just say 3. So 1 Oath Key, 2 Prophetic Candlesticks, 3 Daydream Jokers. Cursed Compass is a nice niche one to have when you just need that effectiveness boost. It's only the very opening turn. It's fallen out of favor a lot, much like Oath Key. I think still having one Cursed Compass is okay. So 1 Cursed Compass, 1 Oath Key, 2 Prophetic Candlesticks, 3 Daydream Jokers. And that's about it. Ancient Sheath is a nice one because for Terranor Guard. It's just a straight up raw 16% damage boost to S1s. It doesn't work on S2 or S3 skills. And that can be kind of nice for farming, and it's nice that you don't have to give an actual real artifact to Terranor Guard, but it's kind of niche. If you want to keep an Ancient Sheath, go for it. Some people will talk about Labyrinth Cube. Some people will talk about what's the other one? It's Labyrinth Cube, and there's one other one, but I really don't think they're that important. Now, I keep one of everything, just because you never know what Smilegate's going to buff, or what weird thing is going to be released that might need one of these artifacts. So I try to keep one of everything, but the rest of that stuff you are safe to sell and get your powder. As for 4-star artifacts, that's a little bit of a different story. It would take some time to go through all of the 4-star artifacts. There's some you want multiples of, like Hellcutter. There's some that you just don't want any of, like El's Fist. But once again, I do recommend keeping one of every 4-star artifact because you never know when Smilegate's going to buff something into importance. And 5-star artifacts, you always keep at least 1 copy. If you're desperate and you need the powder, it's a lot of powder. It's 30, right? If I was sitting in the middle of a limited banner and I needed 30 powder to buy that limited artifact, I would totally dust a Creation and Destruction. And then the following week when the bounce patch hits and it makes this the most broken artifact in the game, I would be really, really mad about it. So you got to accept that responsibility, right? I know a lot of people that powdered their Alexa's baskets because it was gutter trash. It was the worst, one of the worst 5 stars in the game. And then they buffed it and made it one of the most important artifacts in the game. And it started to fall off and they buffed it again recently and it's back. So, don't necessarily sell an artifact thinking, oh, I can sell all of my Creation and Destructions because they're garbage. I can sell all of my Iron Fans because they're useless. They're useless till they aren't. All it takes is Smilegate to drop a patch and suddenly an artifact is best in slot like it never was before. And also all it takes is Smilegate to say, hey, you know what? Sigurd's Scythe is great, and people farm multiple Sigurd Scythes, but we're going to drop Golden Rose that kind of overlaps Sigurd's Scythe and is better on HP and defense scalars, and suddenly you don't need as many Sigurd Scythes as you used to have. So it can kind of go both ways. Much like units. You get a 5-star unit, you don't just transmit it because it's a bad 5-star unit. You wait until it gets a buff. Artifacts don't get buffed as often as units, but it can happen, so... That's my recommendation. Keep every 5-star you get, even if it means sticking in storage. Never powder a 5-star unless you're absolutely desperate for the powder. 4 stars, if you guys want, I can make an entire video on what to keep and what's safe to powder. I could definitely do that. But 4 stars, that's the one where it's kind of hot and cold. Some of them you can keep, some of them you want to get rid of. Like, let's just do a quick 10 summon here. Good, we got some 4 stars. Moonlight Boob Blade. Okay, so Daydream Joker, I'd want to keep that if I had less than 3. Butterfly Mandolin, sell. Aqua Rose, sell. Aqua Rose number 2, sell. Moonlight Dreamblade, this one is really, really busted good on a handful of units. I would recommend keeping at least 2 fully maxed out copies of these, maybe 3. I've got 4 of these fully maxed out, so I can safely sell this one now because I don't need more than that. I'm pretty future-proof. Would that be a good guide for you guys? What artifacts to keep, what artifacts to sell, what artifacts are important? Would you guys like that? Because I can bang that out pretty quick and easy if you want. What would be the best way to do that? What would be the best way to do that? Could we do that with a tier list? Artifacts. So this would be keep. What we do? We could do a sell, right? Just always sell for powder. It's not even worth keeping, right? Keep 1. Keep 2. To 3. And, keep 4 plus. That sound about fair? Just go without saying that if you've already got one and it's maxed out, you can sell any extra ones for powder, right? Okay. Fair. So let's ignore thing. Okay, so symbol of unity, you want one and you want it maxed out. Right? Don't get multiples of these. You couldn't sell this for powder anyway.
You forgot one section, like, and subscribe to TristenWulf.
Okay, 3F, I think you want 2. Huge Crown. It's a 5-star artifact, so you keep 1. Abyssal, I think you keep 1, right? You could have 2. Maybe when Harsetti comes out, a second one, but I've never felt the need to have 2 of these. I've never felt the need to have more than 1 Misha. Alabastron is useful in PvE, but there's never a need for more than 1. This one, niche once in a while, it's used on multiple units, but you never need more than 1. Alinsanok's Wrath. Let me do you guys a solid and show you the names of the artifacts too. Never mind, that takes up way too damn much space. Alexa's Basket, I think you only really need 1. Now, I mean, you can... You know what, let's go for 2, right? You want 1 on Arby, and it's really nice to have a second one for units like Tempest Surin. So I'd say keep 2. Let's do it this way. Keep 1 to 2. Keep 2 to 3. Keep 4 plus, right? This gun thing, just 1 of them. Nah, this is too confusing. Keep 1. Move basket back up. Dragon's Legacy, nobody really needs more than those. You don't need more of these. You don't, that's just a stat stick. This one, I would strongly recommend you get a plus 27 and a plus 15 Bastion. I can't stress this enough. The difference between plus 27 and plus 30 Bastion is so freaking small. And you'll be so happy that you have a 27 and a 15 when you're building other units. It's future-proof, and there's no way to get more of this artifact, so get 2 Bastion of Hope. I wish I had taken my own advice, and it makes me kind of sad that I've only got a plus 30. Yeah, you and me both, Sue. You and me both. Bastion, you only need 1 of those. You don't really need any of these, so you're keeping it for a buff. If you can get 2 of these, that's great. Right now, I think you only need 1 Bird's Eye. You only need 1 of these. Bloodstone, you only need 1. 2 is luxury. You're rarely in a situation where 2 of them is helpful. Bloody Rose, you only need 1 of. Coin, nobody really uses this. Nobody uses this. Wait, where'd it go? Nobody uses this. Celestine, I'd keep 2. I'd keep 2. It's a semi-limited artifact. It's hard to get multiples of, so I would keep 2. Champion's Trophy, you only need 1. Chatty. People are going to at me over this and say, oh, what about Roy? It's a Calabian who's not coming back. If you want to go get a second one of these, go for it, but I really think you only need 1. Circus Fantasia is not used. This is a dead artifact. This is a silly artifact. This is a meme artifact that's only really good on Tenebria. Crown of Glory isn't used on eBay. You can only get 1 of these. I guess you can use multiple, but you can't. It's only good in Hall of Trials, and you can only have it on 1 unit. So what's the point of having 2 of them, right? This isn't used on anybody. Dingus Orb's really only good on Vivian and top model Lulica, neither of which are super useful. I would get 2 Doctor's Bags. I think 2 Doctor's Bags is really, really nice. Double-edged Decrescent. I think you only need 1 of those. Draco Plate, if you can get it, get 2. Durandals, really... 2 Durandal is useful. I'd get 2 of those. Ducks, you only need 1 Ducks. You only need 1 Exif. I don't think you can ever have enough Elbrises. Elbrai. What's the plural of Elbrus? Anyway, the problem with Elbrus is as soon as you think you have enough Elbrus, another freaking knight comes out who wants Elbrus. So, I think I've got like 5 of these, and I would like to have another one. So, yeah. You can never have enough Elbrises. Elegiac Candle, only need 1. Etika Scepter, 2 of them is nice. Fairy Tale, 2 of them is nice. Fan of Light and Dark, you only need 1. Flawless Garment's not a real artifact. Frame is not a real artifact. Full Mail's not a real artifact. You can use this on Alencia, and that's about it, and she's better on her own. Glow Wings, you only need 1. Surprisingly nice artifact to run on Asaria in PvE to give barriers and stuff, especially when you're in situations where too many debuffs causes a problem and you can't put Song of Stars on her, like fighting Queen or A13. Goblet of Oath, you only really need 1. Golden Rose, I think 4 Golden Rose is nice. Is 4 overkill? 4 might be overkill. 3 might be enough. You know, I think we change this to keep 2 and to keep 3 plus. Fair? Ice Crystal, I think you want as many Ice Crystals as you can get. Guide to a Decision, you only need 1. Guiding Light, you can never have enough Guiding Lights. There's 52 Rangers in the game. So, you're going to need probably about 25-30 Guiding Lights to really cover all of them. I mean, not really, but I think you want 6 or 7 Guiding Lights eventually. Holy Sack, I think a minimum of 2. We may be running into a Holy Sack meta. Can you get 2 chatties if you did the side story already when it first came out? Yes, I have 2 chatties. You can do it. But you have to have been around for when the side stories originally run naturally, and then also use the Book of Memories to do it. Banquet. Banquet's single-use arty. The only time this is a multi-use arty is when you're building the Kayron ER team, and that doesn't really exist. You think Hostess is a 2? Sue? Kayron and who? ERBBK, I think it's terrible on Gala, possible on Janua. Okay, I tell you what. I'm going to acquiesce and say we're going to leave Hostesses too, because Hostess is a limited artifact, and limited artifacts are hard to get, and you don't want somebody else to drop who could use the artifact, and then you don't have a way to have access to it because it's limited. So I think it's limited artifacts especially, they kind of get a little extra boost into being a artifact you want to keep 2 of. Hey Fernling, thank you so much for the sub, buddy. I appreciate the support, man. Thank you so much. Idol's Cheer you only really need 1 of. There was a time when multiples of this were nice, but now it's only for cheesing. Ignition Gloves, you only need 1 of those. Indestructible Gators is only good on Kawazu. Iron Fan is really only good on Biblis. Jacko's Symbol, there's just other DPS artifacts that do what it does. Even though it's limited, and you could argue you want 2 because it's limited, its niche is small. So I'm gonna say 1 on that. Junkyard Dog, 1. Justice for All, 1. Knowledge Seed, 1. Last Tea Time, 1. Bubble Maker, 1. Bubble Maker? This is Frida's artifact, right? This is like Tag's book for priests. I still think not that many priests need or want it. It is limited, though. Oh, this is Summer Ida. Oh, never mind. Down there. You can only get 1 Magic for Friends. You only really need 1 Manica. Mature Sunglasses. I think 2 of them is nice. This is Draco Plate for Knights. Merciless Glutton. You only need 1. Miss Confile. If it comes back, there are arguable PvE uses for 2. Necro and Undine's terrible. Noble Oath is terrible. Gardening Shears is terrible. Otherworldly Machine you can only get 1 of. POS you can only get 1 of. Pipit Lance. It's a collab limited artifact. You always keep 2 of collab limited artifacts that actually have use on 1 character because a second character could come out that needs it, and then you're pissed off. Same thing with Prayer. It can be used on Dark Corvus, Apoc Ravi. I think it's worth keeping 2 of these. Noble Oath, Proof of Valor, keep 3. That's right, 3. You get a plus 31, max it out. You get a plus 27 one, and then you get a plus 15 one. It is so nice to have the flexibility of 3 of these artifacts when you're building teams for things like Advent, when you are wanting to put together a PvE team that needs a little bit of bulk, but also some RTA units can use it. Trust, you'll be glad that you have 3 of these if you can pull it off. A lot of people go for 2 plus 30s, and that's fine, but the difference between plus 27 and plus 30 is so small, people. Look at this. Plus 30, decreased by 30%, or by 29%. It's a 1% damage difference. So for losing 1% on this, I get to have a third one that gives me 23% mitigation on a third unit. I really, really can't endorse it enough. Get 3 Proof of Valors. More than that's kind of a waste, right? Doing 2 plus 27s and 2 plus 15s, just not enough units need it, but this lets you be future-proof, right? So that when you get Shu, and you get Ball, and then you have 1 left over for that other unit that comes out that needs the mitigation of Bastion. Pure White Trust, you only need 1 of those. Rangar Special Drink. There was a time when I said get 2 of these, but it's such a hard artifact to build. It's a plus 15 artifact. I think you only really need 1 drink. Renewed Will, 1 of those. Rihanna and Luciella. I think it's okay to have 2 Rihanna and Luciellas. Right now it's mostly used on Rand, but you can do some nasty things by putting it on units like Janua or even Peyra. It's just a toxic artifact. I think 2 of them is what you'd want to keep there. Rise of the Monarch, you only need 1. Rocket Punch, you should get 2. If it ever comes back, pick up a second one. Every day, I kick myself in the butt for fusing my 2 rocket punches into 1 to make a stronger rocket punch. But hey, back then we thought the artifact was garbage. It wasn't until after the banner was gone that we realized how insane it was. So if you've got 2, keep 2. Please don't fuse them. If you only have 1, then you'll probably only ever have 1 because this artifact's never coming back. Rod of Amaryllis, even though it's quasi-limited, 1 is plenty. You'll never really need 2 of this. I don't care what people say. It's a great artifact, but you're only going to need 1. Only Wukong uses this. Only Sharoon uses this. Only Abigail uses this. Nobody really uses this. You could say Aria, but I don't think she does. You only need 1 Seal of Capture. Secret Armed Storm Sword. This is one I think you keep 3 of. This artifact is disgustingly toxic and can catch your enemies by surprise. Right? You can put this on everybody and their brother has this on Selene, but what about ML Selene? What about Savior Auden? I got cooked by a freaking 250 speed BBK on this. I've been cooked by Arbiter Vildreds on this. This is a great artifact to have multiples of. I think more than 3 is probably pushing it with the cheese, but I think you do want 3 Secret Art Storm Swords. Seductive Flower, I think I don't think you need multiples of this one. I know it's limited, and we said limited should be up here, but I'm having trouble thinking of more than 1 unit to put Seductive Flower on. It's really just for Blooming Lidica. Severed Horn one, you don't need any of. You don't need any of this. Shepherd. There was a time when lots of people used Shepherd, but Evasion Thieves have kind of fallen by the wayside. I'm still going to say if you've got Shepherd of the Hollow, pick up 2 of them. Just in case Evasion comes back with a vengeance, it's a really nice artifact to have on your damage-dealing Evasion Thieves. Shamadra Staff, you only need 1. Sigurd's Scythe. There was a time when I had Sigurd's Scythe up here. But in a modern world, with so many good warrior artifacts, I think 3 to 4 of them is fine. Yeah, I think 3 to 4 of this. It's right here beside Golden Rose. Snow Crystal, you only need 1 of. Soul Consolation, when this damn thing comes back, I think you want at least... You can never have enough. You can't. You can never have enough. This artifact is so toxically good. I've got what? How many of these things do I have? I've got 3 of them and it's not enough. I want 2 more. Yeah. I'm putting this in the top. You can never have enough Soul Consolations. Song of Stars, you only need 1. There is some luxury to having 2, but that's mostly I don't want to swap gear around for PvE. You only need 1. You don't even really need 1. It's just a nice one. Spatiotemporal Fan, you only need 1. Spear of Purification, Zniche, only this is used on Senya, and it's also really good on Summer Break Charlotte. Neither of the units are that important right now. I think you only need 1. Charlotte can be put on other things. I've got 2 of them, and it's just total luxury. It's not necessary. Sphere of Inferno, you only need 1. Sphere of Sadism, you don't need any. Spirit's Breath, you only need 1, and you want it maxed. Mount. This is the free one. Is this Frida's artifact? This one's Frida's artifact, right? This is the spear. This is the tags book. This is the tags book for Soul Weavers. I think you get 2 just because it's limited, and you never know when a Soul Weaver is going to drop that this is really nice on. So I'd get 2 of these. Staff of Ainz Ul Gon, need 1. Star of the Deep Sea, you get 2 of. And the reason is that if you ever want to play Summertime Assyria, she requires this artifact. And if you ever want to play Pirate Captain Flan, she requires this artifact. Without this artifact, they are not real units. They cannot be used. Now people will be like, I don't know, I use my Flan and I don't have this art. No, you don't. You think you do, but it's like having a... I can't think of a good analogy. It's not, you're making an A tier unit an F tier unit. You can force her to be used, sure, but you've got to have this artifact. Even if it's plus 15, it's better to have 2 of these at plus 15 than 1 of these at plus 30 if you want to play both of those units. Stella Harpa, 2 is nice, but you only need 1. Sweet Miracle, I would get 2. It's most important to max one of these out for Laia, but having a second one is really, really nice. And it's a limited artifact, much like Star of the Deep Sea. It's dependent on do you have units that can use them, but I think it's good to have 2 of these. You only need any sort of autumn eclipses. That's only usable on Aden. This can only be used on 1 unit at a time. This artifact is terrible. This artifact you only need 1 of. Only need 1 of this one. Ah, get off my cursor. Only works on winter. Time matter. I still think you only need 1 of these. The only instance where you would want 2 time matters is you want 1 on a damage Zeo while still maintaining it on Vivian and you hate swapping. But really you only need 1. Torn Sleeve, limited, only need 1. Touch of Rekos, you only really need 1 of Touch of Rekos. Don't need any of these, don't need any of this. Don't need any Uberus currently. All it takes is 1 unit to change that. Only really used on 1 unit. Unfading Memories, I think, is a good one to pick up multiples of. Which I know is going to feel odd because I just said you only needed 1 Rod of Amaryllis, and this is effectively AoE Rod of Amaryllis, but it's semi-limited. No, it's not semi-limited, it's straight up limited. So having 2 of these is kind of nice. Unseen Observer, I think you only need 1. It's best in slot on Flan, and it's best in slot on what's her name? On Astromancer Elena. I take it back. Get 2 of them. Knuckles. Just bad artifact. Victorious Flag. There was a time when I said keep 2 Victorious Flag, but its use is so niche, and there are so many other damage boosting artifacts now, I think it's fine to push this to plus 30. If you want to keep 2 of them, that's fine, but you have so many other options for damage. I don't think you need to have 2 of these anymore. I had 2 for the longest time, and I've since fused them into 1. You only need 1 Violet's Talisman. You only need 1 Wall of Order. 2, I mean, there are multiple units that can use it, but they have other options that as well. Warhorn, you want 2 of. Much like Bastion of Hope. You get a plus 27 and a plus 15. Why, you ask? Why would I give up? Because the difference between plus 27 and plus 30 is 0.5% of attack. 0.5%. It's almost nothing. And having a second one of these lets you tune your PvE teams. You're probably going to want the plus 27 on a PvP unit like Mediator Queric, and then you can stick your plus 15 one on, I don't know, say Sinful Angelica or Conqueror Lilies or something that lets your speed tuning shift around so that you can build easier one-shots and you don't have to swap artifacts around every time you want to do it. So just 0.5% attack is not worth having a plus 30. Get a plus 27 and a plus 15. Trust you'll thank me down the road. Wind Rider. I think Wind Rider, you want at least 3, maybe 4 Wind Riders. It's just really, really good. Some could argue up here, but I don't think there's that many thieves that need it. But there's at least 3, maybe 4. How many Wind Riders do I have currently? I've got 3, and I'd like 1 more. So yeah, I think we're fine to keep this in the 3 plus column. Wings of Light and Shadow, you only really need 1. Some will argue that it's usable on multiple units, but you only need 1. Free artifact, you can only have 1. Adamant Shield, there was a time when this was up here. But it's kind of fallen away with so many other knights just having built-in mitigation. I think you want 3 or 4 Adamant Shields, right? I mean, I've got yeah, I've only got 3, and I'm perfectly content with 3. So 3 to 4 Adamant Shields. You don't need any Ambrotes. You don't need any Andre's Crossbows. You can never have enough Arius. Just when you think you have finished building your last Arius, another freaking knight comes out who wants Arius. Right? I'm not even kidding. 3, 6, 7. I got 8 Arius, and I'm already starting to work on my 9th because another frickin' knight came out that wanted Arius, so I'm working on my 9th Arius, or my 8th Arius. Can never have enough of this damn artifact. Even when you think you've got enough, just build another one. Balthaz's Orbiculum. Orbiculum. If that's powder. You keep one for collector's purposes, but right now this one's powder. This one's safe to sell. You know what? We totally neglected this safe to sell for powder tier. I think this one's giga safe to sell for powder. We're just now dipping into the 4-star artifacts, so we're going to start populating this tier. This one, you can't really sell for powder at all, because it's a free one. Keep one, free one. Free one. Or not free, but you get it from a mission. Crimson Seed. Can't sell it. Cute Panda. Can't sell it. Microphone. Can't sell it. Dust Devil. I think you want 2 Dust Devils. Some would argue 3. But I think 2's enough. I've got 2 and I've never felt the need for a 3rd. El's Fist. Totally safe to sell this one for powder. No one really uses it. There was a time when Elia's Knife was good to have 2 of them. I currently have 2 Elia's Knives, but one's on Vildred and the other's on Sid. There are other artifacts that would work just as well on these 2, but it's kind of a nice DPS artifact to have. I'm going to continue to recommend it for 2, and you can sell the rest. Eternus, I'm also going to recommend 2, and you can sell the rest. You can only get 1 of Free Spirit Terria's artifact. Free artifact, you can't sell it, so you may as well just keep it. Hellcutter. Hey, Mumble. Thank you for the raid, buddy. I appreciate it. Welcome to the stream, Raiders. What were you playing, my friend? I hope you had a real good stream, man. Welcome, welcome. Where were we? Hellcutter? How many Hellcutters do I have? There was a time when I had 2 of these, but I think that time has passed. I've still got 2 of them, but I think... yeah, the second one's not even used. I think we've come into a time now where Hellcutter is safe to just have 1, and you can powder the rest. Hilliglance, I think you're safe to have 1. This is an event artifact, so you can't powder it. This is a nice artifact to have 1 of. Infinity Basket, you're safe to powder. Caladra, I do think you want multiple Caladras. It's really nice for PvE. Love Potion's an event artifact, can't powder it. Mag's Tome, I think you want 2 Mag's Tome, the rest you can powder. Midnight Bloom, event artifact, you can't powder those. I think you want 2 minimum Moonlight Dreamblades, powder the rest. That's an event artifact, you can't powder it. Can't powder Cookie, it's event. Event. Holy smokes. If you can get it, I think you want at least 3 portraits. There's a time you wanted more, but that time has passed. Prelude, you can only get 1. It's an event artifact. Radiant, you can only buy 1, really. Rainbow Scales is an event artifact. You make a whole ass category for the... you just might as well keep them, you can't sell them. Rosa Hargana. I think you keep 1 of this artifact. I think occasionally you'll find uses for it, you powder the rest. This is an event artifact. Sachet of Thanes, you want 3. Every time you think you got enough sachets, you'll want another one. You want a minimum of 2. Minimum of 2. Having 3 will help you out later in the game. It's an artifact that when something dies, it's CR, your team gets CR push, or when you kill something, your team passively CR pushes, even if it's not that unit that does the killing. What a great artifact. Sepulchrum, you can just sell that for powder. Shepherd of Chaos, you have to buy, you can't powder that. Silver Rain, there's an argument for just powder it. I guess keeping 1 because it does have niche use here and there. Sierra Ren, you can safely powder. There are some units that it's nice to have on it, but it's few and far between and niche. If you want to keep one, go for it, but I think you're safe to sell for powder. Mind you, when I say safe to sell for powder, it's always a good idea to keep one artifact, because you never know what could get buffed, right? But if you really need powder, these are artifacts that just aren't really used anywhere currently. Event Artie, safe to powder, keep one of these. Hell, get two of these if you can. You need a whole ass other row for Tag's book. You can never have enough Tag's book. Let me spell this out for you the best way I can. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 Tags books. And I'm building another one, and after I build this one, I'm going to build another one. Because you can never have enough Taga Hell's books. Savvy? Never sell a Togs book. Ever powder a Togs book. Just take one to plus 15, start immediately working on the next one. Or plus 30, start immediately working on the next one. Tear of the Desert is an event already. You can't sell it. Same with Star. Can't sell New World. Can't sell the Stupid Rabbit. Can't sell the Chariot. Water's Origin. This is right up here with Mog's Tome. This used to be one where having multiples, but we've gotten so many new 5-star artifacts, I really think you can get away with just one Water's Origin now. But if you want to get two, you go for it, but I think you can get away with one. Wondrous Potion Vial, you only need one of those. That's an event artifact. 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 Good lord. Okay, Alsatian Spear. This is one that you could build one of if you have a need for it. I really like mine on Terranor Guard, but it's a 3-star artifact. You can get it back at any point in time you want. Just do some summons to get it back if you want to build one. If you want to keep a plus 30, go for it, but it's safe to powder this artifact. I'm sorry, it was Ancient Sheath. Ancient Sheath is the one that it's nice to have one of. Alsatian Spear, you sell the shit out of that. But Ancient Sheath, you can go ahead and get a plus one of these because it's a nice DPS for your Terranor Guard. But other than Terranor Guard, it's not really used on anybody. Safe to sell. Aqua Rose, you always sell. Not used anywhere. Not used anywhere. Not used anywhere. Not used anywhere. Cursed Compass, you could argue that it's nice to have one. I would recommend keeping a plus 30 of everything, but if you need the powder, it's safe to sell. Daydream Joker, you want to have at least 3 Daydream Jokers maxed out. Minimum. Now, once you got 3, you can sell the rest, but at least 3. Devil's Brand, safe to sell. Egg of Illusion, safe to sell. Envoy's Pipe, safe to sell. Exorcist Tonfa has been wholly replaced by pretty much a dozen different DPS artifacts. There was a time when you wanted 2 or 3 Tonfas, and that time has passed. There are just better options now. Sell the hell out of your Tonfas. Totem you can sell. Goblin Lamp you can sell. Grail of Blood you can sell. There are some people that say Labyrinth Cube still has some uses. I say those people are coping. Safe to sell. Mighty Yaksha, safe to sell. Oath Key. Some people say you want one, but now that we've got artifacts like Sword of Autumn and Arunka's artifact and Symbol of Unity, its usefulness is plummeted. If you want to keep one, go for it. I think it's totally safe to sell. We'll put it at the front of the list here. Prophetic Candlestick, I think you want at least 2. At least. It's a very, very useful artifact. It's a 5-star artifact and 3-star artifact clothing. Keep a couple of those. Rannon's Memorandum is another one people say is a pretty good artifact. It's not, sell it. Sword of Morning, sell that. Timeless Anchor used to be decent, and now it's not, sell it. And these are all 2-star artifacts, so forget those, right? So, you could argue that this bottom row, it's good to keep one of everything, because who knows what'll get buffed and what'll get changed. And if you're a collector, I strongly recommend you keep one of everything. Just don't level it, right? I've got that situation on a lot of my artifacts. I've got a lot of artifacts where I have the capability to take it, it's a good example here, Goblin's Lamp. I have the capability to plus 30 this, but I didn't. I'm just hanging on to it, but on the outside chance that some piece of content shows up where Goblin Lamp's very weird kit works great for me. Until that happens, I'm not putting a single charm into leveling this plus 5 piece of garbage, but I'm hanging on to it just to, you know, because I'm a collector and because you never know. And then every other Goblin Lamp I get, I sell. Same with Forest Totem. 12% chance to grant continuous healing for 2 turns after I'm attacked. Maybe they'll buff it and make this a 50% chance, and suddenly this will be useful. Until then, it stays down here unleveled, and all the other ones get sold. So if you want to be a collector and keep one of everything, go for it. But these are artifacts that currently have no legitimate use or are just power crept by other artifacts in the game. So all of these you can sell for powder pretty safely. As for all of these, once you've got 2 of these, you can powder the rest, although I strongly recommend against ever powdering a 5-star artifact, especially a limited collab artifact. Because you never know what's going to happen. You never know what unit's going to come out that's going to want it, and suddenly you wish you had 3. Suddenly you wish you had 4. But for the 4-star artifacts on this list, once you've got 2 of these 4-star artifacts, go ahead and powder the rest. Get your powder so that you can buy artifacts you actually need. The only exception would be Tagahel's Ancient Book and Arius. These 2 4-star artifacts you will never have enough of, and just keep building them. I mean, maybe once you get into the double digits, you can start powdering them, but if you can get into the double digits, then you don't need a tier list, right? So there you go. That is my how many to keep and what to sell tier list. So what do you guys think? Am I on target? Am I coping? Am I crazy? Anyone want to disagree or add something to it? Does equipping an artifact cause it to not take up an artifact slot? I've got 140 out of 140. Take the artifact off. 141 out of 140. Put the artifact on. And I'll put an artifact on her. 139 out of 140. Just like with gear, you can use units as artifact mules to take space, to give yourself space back. That's why I have got all of my doggos fully geared, because 700 gear, I slap a piece of gear on a doggo, $6.99. My doggos are just gear mules. This is the old school way we used to store gear. Before we had this storage section and additional slots, we all used to gear 1 and 2 star units to take up space. And this is an interesting trick if you are really strapped for gear and it's not an unequip event. We're in the middle of where taking gear off costs gold, right? This is what you do. You go into your summons and you swing down here to friendship summons. Okay? You buy buy a chunk of these, and then you do a 10 summon, and you get some 2-star monsters. Okay? Now that you got those 2-star monsters, you go and find them on your list, and it's pretty easy to find. Just sort by 2 stars, and here's a 2-star monster, and you go manage equipment. And before we start, I want you guys to remember this. We have 699. Barely any room to farm. Okay? So we go into our 2-star monster, you can manage equipment, recommend equipment, confirm. Okay, boom. Just putting random gear on them. Doesn't matter what gear. We're just stashing gear to create space to free up some room. And as we do that, 687 out of 700. We just stashed 12 pieces of gear. But you're thinking, well, yeah, Wulf, that's a great way to get rid of this gear, to store this gear, so now I can pull 20 more pieces of gear. But how do I get the gear off those stupid 2-star monsters? It costs gold to unequip them, right? I mean, and you're right. I want to go in here and unequip all this gear. It's going to cost 282,000 gold to unequip this 2-star monster. There's a cheat. There's a trick. Transmit them. Sell all those 2-star monsters, transmit them, boom, they're gone. But what happened to the gear? Did I just get rid of my gear? Nope, it automatically unequips them for free and puts the gear back in your inventory. So if it's a buff event and you don't have room, summon a bunch of 2-star monsters, shove all the gear onto those 2-star monsters, farm the hell out of the event, and don't have to constantly be managing your gear and figuring out where to put stuff. And then once you've managed your gear and the event's over, and you're ready to go back to sorting your gear, transmit those monsters, and boom, the gear comes off of your units and goes back into your inventory for free. Yeah, this is the trick Smilegate doesn't want you to know. So there you go. It's free instant storage, and it's really, really nice when you are trying to complete some level and you've taken gear off of units and you suddenly like don't have room, but you need to re-gear another unit and you're constantly like, crap, I guess I'll put it in the shop and go find it later to put back where it belongs. Just stash the gear on 2 stars, then transmit the 2 stars to get the gear back when you're ready. So the number of you guys saying wow in chat makes me think this is not well known, so I'm happy I showed you a clever trick. This was old school. This was how
I'm going to get Roana from the shop if I don't pull her from the event. Is this build good for her? Link.
Yeah, we'll look at that in just a second. But yeah, but before this storage became a thing, this is how all of us stashed our excess gear back in the day. It was with 2-star monsters, and then when we would find a piece of gear that we needed, you know, we would go and we would build our unit, and when we found like, oh, I needed this piece on her, I go, okay, it's on this monster. We go transmit that monster, free up that gear, put the gear on Abigail, then we pull a new monster and put all the storage gear back on the monster. That was our rotating storage, and it's still one of my preferred ways to store things, rather than shoving everything in the shop when I'm trying to do Abyss or Holotrials or something where all of my gear winds up cluttering my inventory, or when we roll into a hunt buff event where I'm just trying to get as much gear as I can, and I don't want to have to every time I restart my runs to have to go in and immediately manage my gear. My gear gets full, I pull some monsters, I put the gear on the monsters, I go right back into hunting. Alright guys. We'll make a video out of this, so hopefully this helped you guys out with your gear storage issues. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a great rest of your week, Epic 7. Now let's look at this Roana. Is this a good Roana? Okay, so Requiem Roana. Jesus Christ. So you just went full on nuclear. You said, I don't care about survivability. I just want to blow things up and have a decent chance. She's a little bit thin on bulkiness. That's my only concern. Your damage is way, way beyond my damage. I think maybe you want to drop 300 or 400 attack and try to get 50 more effectiveness on her. I know the nuclear one is attractive, but getting her into that 150 to 170 range lets you overcome a lot of people who have 200 ER on their units, right? 200 ER is kind of a threshold. Everybody's shooting for 200 effect resistance. At 128, you have about a 72% chance to stick a debuff on a 200. I'm sorry, you have about a 28% chance to stick a debuff on a 200 ER unit. You get it up to just 160, and you have a 60% chance to stick a debuff on that 200 ER. I like getting on the positive side of the coin flip. This is my Requiem Roana, and you and I are, that's what you should do. And you and I are thinking a lot alike on how we're building our Roanas, right? Here you go. Real similar, right? Except I took that 400 attack and I stuffed it into effectiveness to get a better chance. So now those 200 ER people, I've still got a 70% chance to roll their skills back. You only got a 28% chance. Having that skill cooldown is so useful. I think even when you go with the Giga damage version, you want to try to get north of 150 on the effectiveness. So that would be my recommendation to you. But if you just want to go straight up Cleave and run Nuclear one, give her a try. 128 will still catch most people. I just think you might be a little bit overkill on the damage, but and a little bit underkill on the effectiveness. I would seek a little more balance, especially with Torrent set. You're going to get hit so damn hard. But give her a try, see how she performs, and if you find that the effectiveness is working, then don't change what isn't broken. But if you find that she's you're just really missing, you're hating seeing the word resist appear over some units, then yeah, I think a little more. Even just 25 more effectiveness. If you could drop 100 attack for 25 more effectiveness, that alone would be great. What do you got here for your stats? Now you already have effectiveness here, so you can't really add much to this one. Effectiveness here. Yeah, you don't really have any room to add effectiveness. You've got that stat on every single piece. Try her out, man. See how she spins for you. If you feel like she needs more effectiveness, you know what to do. But give her a try. She'll blow things up with this much attack on Torrent. That's crazy. But eventually, I might say drop Torrent and put on hit set. That's what I did. I basically built your unit, but with hit set instead of Torrent set for a little more survivability and a little more damage. If yours doesn't survive, get rid of Torrent, go for hit set. That'll help you. That'll raise your HP by 10%. That'll help with survival, and it'll give you the effectiveness you're missing. And you'll still be at like 6,300 attack. It's still going to be fine, man. Okay, so this is another trick, right? If you're thinking about picking up a unit, and he's thinking about going into the shop, and once you pull enough dupes of an ML5, or once you pull a dupe of an ML5, the Galaxy shop will open, and he's thinking about spending his 40 coins and getting Requiem Roana. But he's being smart. You don't want to buy a unit until you know you can gear a unit. Unless you're buying it for future purposes, right? So you want to see what's the best Requiem Roana he could build, and the way you do it is you look at class and Zodiac. She's an Aquarius mage, a 5-star Aquarius mage. So you find any other 5-star Aquarius mage, and they will have the exact same stats. And Roana is a 5-star Aquarius mage. So he is building his Roana to see he's building his Lulika to see what his Roana will look like. Once he puts this gear on Requiem Roana, she'll have the exact same stats. So he's not actually running his Roana or his Lulika like this. He's doing it as a way to test, to try it before he buys it, to see if he's got the gear he wants to build the Roana he wants. So it's a very smart way to do that, and you can do that with any unit. You want to figure out how to build Lone Crescent Bologna, find any 5-star Scorpio warrior, and she'll have the same stats as Roana. Or, sorry, same stats as Bologna. So you can build that unit, as long as it's 5-star, a warrior, and Scorpio. You can build that unit and say, this is what my Bologna will look like. Lulika is the sister of the girl you bring to prom. Damn. It's brutal. Do we know who the next 3 ML units in the shop rotation will be? They usually tell us a couple of days before the shop rotates, so I suspect we're either going to find out with tomorrow's data burst or the following weeks, but it should be released soon. Hopefully we find out in Tuesday's data burst. Can I give you some Guild War defense teams? I'll do you one better, my friend. Jump over to YouTube, and you're going to jump over to Google, right? And just search Google for Fribbles Guild War. Fribbles, Fribbles Guild War. And the first link is going to be a GitHub page to the Guild War meta. You click on this, and it's going to show you the 50 most common meta defenses for the past 4 weeks, how often they won, what units were in them, and you can just scroll down and find teams that you think look good that you can gear well. Now, it doesn't tell you how they're geared. It doesn't tell you what special tech they're running. You know, maybe this team works because it's a 320 ran and you can't run that team. But maybe you can. You'll still have to figure out the synergy, the tuning. Is she on injury set or counter set? Is she lifesteal or is she speed, slow counter? Is she injury set? You don't really know, but it gives you a starting point. And if you say, hey, what is a, I don't have C Phantom Poly, so all of these C Phantom Poly defenses, well, you can exclude C Phantom Politis and just look at, oh wait, you got to include a hero. You want to find Ufiend heroes, Ufiend teams that don't have C Phantom Poly. Why is this thing borked? Well, looks like this is broken. You're just going to have to, you know, visually look. Oh, I know what it is. That works when you're building a defense. You say, hey, I know that Senya is meta for defense, so I want a Senya defense, but I want a Senya defense that does not use C Phantom Poly and search, and it's going to find you all of the Senya defenses that do not use C Phantom Poly. Whereas if you eliminate her in search, you'll probably find some that do have C Phantom Poly in it. So it's a nice little tool, and all you have to do is search Guild Wars Fribbles and pull it up. Here's a link to it. The other nice thing too is, like, say you're fighting an enemy who's running Genua and is also running Tywin and is also running C Phantom Poly. This is like one of the nightmare defenses people have to deal with, right? You can search and it's going to say, here are offenses people used to beat that team and how successful they were with that team. And it'll give you ideas on how to fight the enemy, what teams you can build to try to deal with the opponents. I don't recommend you lean on this too heavily. Use this when you can't think of an answer, right? It's really, really nice when you're stuck and stun locked and you're tired of thinking about it and you just want to get your Guild Wars out of the way. Hey, Guild Wars is going on right now. Why don't we try that out? So we'll go to the guild and we'll go into battle. We're fighting Orbis Forge. So I gotta kill this tower, right? And I gotta fight Senya, Conqueror Lilius, and Landy. So I go in here and I just type in Senya, Conqueror Lilius, and Landy. And then I search, and it says 93% chance if I win with Asaria, Dark Corvus, and Destina. Sure, why not? We'll give that a try. So we will go with Dark Corvus, Asaria, and Destina. This sounds like a blast. This sounds like this fight's going to be fun and not god-awful boring. Okay, there we go. Now we got Lulakar, K-pop girl, and the rat. So, damn it. Where's the rat? H-O-U. Good lord. Rat. Still getting used to this new keyboard. K-pop girl and OBL. Search. Oh, 100% chance to beat it with Rat, Arrowell. Now be wary of things like this, right? When you see something where it says 100%, 100% win rate, but only one person fought it, that's not exactly a great indictment, right? But when you've got something like hundreds of people did it and it always won, feeling pretty good about that. So we're going to try that one. We'll take Lethe. Where's Lethe? There we go. Lethe and the rat. And who's the other one? Lethe, the rat, and Arrowell. Weird. Okay, and Arrowell. Oh wait, Arrow is a light knight. My bad. I am really surprised it's Arrowell and not one of the other knights, but okay. Now, some of you may be saying, I don't have Lethe. Well, you can go up here and tell it to not show you results with Lethe. And do the search again, and now here's all the ways to beat it that don't have Lethe in the options. There you go. Only 27 people did it this way, not as strong as an indictment as 500 people with a 98. I would take 500 did it at 98.2 over 27 did it at 100. So anyway, that's how to use this Fribbles Guild War tracker. And Arrowell, do you have gear? Okay, good, you have gear. I think everybody's geared, so let's see if... Oh, everybody is not geared. Destina, what's going on? Destina! What the hell's wrong with you? Good enough, good enough, good enough, good enough. And you're gonna have to touch me, Rekos. Okay, now let's see if it works. Okay, that happened, and you provoked my... Oh, provoked. That kind of sucks. And you can see why this team works, right? The only dark unit on the team is Dark Corvus, and we want Dark Corvus to be hit multiple times, and all these units are going to hit Dark Corvus. So now I can S2 and reset Dark Corvus, so his S3 is ready right out of the get-go. We'll go ahead and S3 Landy. I know she might counter, but I'd love to strip that barrier. Don't counter me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Don't salvo. Oh, no, no, no. She survived. We're fine. We're fine. That's fine. And because Destina's got all the cleanses, I can... actually, I was going to S2 to push Corvus up, but I think I better S3 before my Asaria just dies. Yeah, that Landy's awake. And the defense break doesn't help because this is a 100% defense penetrating skill, but I wanted to get rid of the barrier for this to have a chance to work. I don't know how much HP's on this, but I'm hoping a 32k health Dark Corvus will be able to drive through this. I probably should have changed Dark Corvus to Portrait of the Saviors for more damage. Never mind. That Landy is a freaking stain on the deck of her ship. She is gone. And with Extinction, she ain't coming back. Now this proper pissed off Senya, so I am going to pay for that a little bit. This will probably kill Asaria, but I'm pretty sure my Destina can survive this. Touch of Rekos. Touch of Rekos, baby. This one here. Durandal. That's a Durandal? Conqueror Lilius? What kind of weirdo? I'm going to push Asaria up just to get an extra turn in because I'm pretty sure Dark Corvus is going to cut here just fine. Just S1 here in case that girl's on counter. And burn. Nobody survives a 30k Dark Corvus' soul burn. 20, 30, 35k damage. Poof. And now I can reset Dark Corvus and his S3's raid again. What a great team. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. We'll get rid of that barrier. Yeah, the Durandal on Conqueror Lilius is very, very weird. Unfortunately, we're provoked, so we're gonna have to wait and go around the horn on this one. This team is for scouting. If you're in a guild that does scouting, this is a nice team for scouting because you will get to see everything the enemy does, right? You'll be able to see all their HP, all their artifacts, warn your guild about techs. We don't scout because we don't give a damn. We got enough people in our guild that just know what to do that we don't really need to scout. But some guilds that take Guild Wars very seriously scout. And by scouting, we mean report and say, hey, it's a Durandal Conqueror Lilius. She was faster than my 280 speed Frida, and she is wearing the Durandal artifact, so watch for that. The Senya was on 3F or on Holy Sack. It's good to give that kind of information to the rest of your guild so they don't step into the same trap you step in. And this is a pretty safe team to take in. It's pretty hard for this team to lose, as long as there's no injury. God, this freaking provoke stuff's killing me. Man, that's annoying. Okay. Get the hell off my screen. Stalling me out with this Provoke Conqueror Lilius on Durandal. Kind of an interesting way to lock down a dark unit. No, Arisu, that is on my list of things to do and make guides for. I'm going to try to get that done this week. Okay, fast rat. And, we'll just hit this rat right back, start some injury going. It's a good amount of injury. We'll soul burn this into Lethe. Well, everybody, I guess. Who are we dragging under the sea? I think we dragged the giant rat gun under the sea because I don't want her to shoot me. Karena, I'm not worried about Karena. What's Karena gonna do? About what's Karena gonna do? Evidently that. So we need to stun the rat. So hopefully this stuns. Or the rat's just gonna kill my Arrowwell. Okay, thank God. We'll hit you. We'll drag the rat under the sea. Under the sea! Rat's gone. A lot of effectiveness on this frickin' K-pop girl. She doesn't have a lot of injury, but I still think I'm going to shoot her. Giant rat gun! Smack, smack. You don't need a speed buff. Let's take that away. Wow, every single defense break. That's crazy. And we get hit with the ice cream truck. Arrowwell hanging on by a thread. Lethe's going to drag her under the sea, so let's start putting some injury on the K-pop girl over here. Missed. Gone. Giant rat gun! So there you go. If you really want to just turn your brain off and not have to... Oh, well. Never mind, she did. If you just want to turn your brain off and not have to think about Guild Wars, that Fribble site's really nice for it, but it does dumb it down. It makes you a worse player. Learn how to play the game. Use it as a way to train yourself. Think of a way to beat it. Right? Think of a way to beat the team. And once you've thought of a way to beat the team, then you can pop over here and check and go, huh, okay, third choice. You know what? This is safer than the team I thought of, but I don't have these units geared, so I'm just going to go with the team I thought of. And you get some reinforcement that you're making the right choice. It'll keep you from screwing up. A lot of times it'll make you go, that's strange. My choice isn't on here anywhere. And then you go back and look at your choice and go, oh, that's because I bet this unit could do this thing and that's going to ruin me. So, you know, it's really, really nice for that. I like the site as a way to train up. Just, if you use it to just play the game for you, you're not going to get better at team synergy and learning. And Guild Wars is a primer for team synergy, just like Arena is a primer for learning team synergy. And that's what makes you a better RTA player. You're going to eventually get with a coach who's going to like start working with you how to get better in RTA, whether it's somebody you paid or it's a guild mate or a friend, and they'll try to help you work on getting better at RTA. And you're gonna be like, well, how should I have known to pick that unit? I didn't know they worked together. And it's probably because you didn't put a lot of time into Guild Wars and Arena. Learning unit interaction and team synergy is a game of team building, and you've got to learn how the units work, but not just how they work, but how they work with each other. The synergy of Aria resetting Dark Corvus. The synergy of Destina's S2 cleanse that gets rid of the provoke and pushes him up. That made that first team work so well and not be god-awful slow. The synergy of Karena can drag the rat under the sea before the rat starts rat gunning us, and then we can just rat gun the rest of his team to death. So enjoy that website. It should give you some good ideas for building defense. Here's the link one more time. And if you're stuck on an offense, it's a really nice tool for learning how to deal with, or figure out how to beat certain comps that are just hard to beat. It certainly is a lot better than going, well, that didn't work. Well, that worked. My favorite's the ones like, you know, you look at a defense like, okay, will this work? Sure, he lost almost everybody, and she might have been at 1 HP left, and he luck sacked that last shot, but it kind of worked. Maybe wasn't the best team to take in. I am legitimately surprised that Dark Corvus was able to tank all of this damage. But I guess with Destina bringing him back to life, I don't like Dark Corvus into Spirit Isoline, because if she is on Dust Devil, she can just one-shot his ass. So anyway, hope that helps you out. I'm just full of freaking tips today, aren't I? Admittedly, I'm joking, but the actual thinking and choosing who I can hit, yeah, it sometimes it's going, yeah, I can't fight Luna. I got no answer for that. Let's find someone else. No Luna here. This one's manageable. I can do this one. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with saying, I can't do this yet. I don't have the units to do this yet, and moving on to a different target. I'm actually training myself for Guild Wars while doing it while in the toilet. My main strat is if I can't cleave it, leave it. I do my best work in the toilet, man. But you do it on your own, and you eventually learn unit interactions, and you're able to do things without having to use the training wheels of the Fribble site, right? And that feels pretty good. Ooh, Ran. Ran's a neat twist. Can Ran one-shot my Sinful Angelica? I doubt it. I doubt he can one-shot her. And then we'll take my Karena and my I'm worried that, you know what, Lethe's fine. But can she take this hit? 13k health. I don't think there's a Ran alive that can do 13k damage with his S3 to my Sinji, not with 1300 defense. As long as he doesn't RNL. If he RNLs, I'm proper screwed. Let's try this, see what happens. Okay, we burn this. We give attack buff. And everything dies. Oh shit, everything didn't die. Oh, that's right, it's not my nuke. I should have put Caladra on him. There's no reason for him to be on Tag's book. Except I was being a miser and didn't switch my gold. And now I'm going to lose because I didn't put Caladra on him. Well, you need to get the hell off the screen. My poor Ludwig. He was just a child, you monster. You monster. He was just a kid. It's okay, we still won. Just no more Ludwig this time around. Okay. Soul Constellation pushes her up, and as long as she doesn't die to this Ran. It's a real Ran. Okay, no RNL. Thank God. No RNL. Let's... We gotta hit this. Because we hit the back row, it's gonna activate Senya, and if we hit the front row, it's gonna activate... We need to have this up and running before we can do anything crazy. Okay, now I think we're safe. Now we've stabilized. $15k HP Bryce area is a choice. Okay, we can safely burn this without activating Senya. Because he's got skill null. Anti-synergy of Ran in the back. He should have put Janua in the back because the skill null is what kept Senya from activating there. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, because he was already below half, just the fact that I hit him. He had skill null. Why would that have worked? It's still counted as a hit, even with skill null. How rude is that? Get ready to drag her under the sea. Yeah, I'd like to lodge a complaint, Smilegate. RNL! He had RNL after all. Ouch. Ouch. Let's kill this off before he becomes more of a problem. And, Karina can kill him, so let's kill her. They aren't so bad as long as you respect her conditions. And, punch, punch, punch. You love the immortality on Singelica, and Janua can only hit Singelica because he won't target ice. Friggin' Proof of Valor Senya. What a savage. Pop, pop. And that kills that. Burn. Defense break. And pop. Oh, come on. Poor Sinji. This is why I have 2 Singelicas built. Because one of them will... I love this team and one of them always dies. Freaking Proof of Valor. Bye-bye. I don't believe so, Nicholas, but I've not looked at the other stories. If you can find another story that has a 5-round fight in it, that should work too. But I don't think any of them do. I think it's just Eulogy. But I'd have to experiment around. See, it's kind of nice when you know enough about how your units work that you can safely pick offenses without leaning on fribbles, and you won't get there if you just use fribbles. The more you use it, the dumber you'll get. So use it smart, right? Use it as a way to reinforce your picks, to maybe as a double check, pick your teams, come up with teams, and then check fribbles, see how well you did. Or if you were just stun locked, if you're just staring down the barrel of the defense and you're like, I have no idea how to beat this damn team at all. Well, then you can go ahead and use a Fribbles to help you out. There's nothing wrong with that. My friend is so sad that there won't be a Karena rerun. Is it because he really wants Karena or because he really likes her kit, Zurgrins? Because if it's because he really likes her kit, Smilegate will find a way to overcome that. They'll eventually give us a unit that does it. If it's because he's a K-pop fan and he loves Espa, then yeah, short of going out and getting an account through means that I'm not really supposed to talk about, he's really got no way to get it. I thought we were getting free on Equip every weekend this month. I thought so too, Arisu. I thought so too, but evidently not. We hopefully will get one next weekend. If they drop freaking Harsetti on us without unequip, I'm gonna lose my damn mind. The bottom team is Lilius, Kawazu, Zahak. What happens when I S3 with my Conqueror Lilius, and then that Auden is on Secret Art Storm Sword and she pushes up and one-shots my Kawazu? How's my Zahak supposed to deal with things after that? It's not totally safe, man. You got to think about what... If it's in the stronghold? Provoke? Provoke? Eh. We'll try it. You know what? I don't really care, so we'll try it. So, Conquer Lilius. Ricardo. And Zakok. Do I have to use Zakok or can I use Shaltir? I guess we'll use Zahak. Sure. It's got to put gear back on him. You get this just to be safe. Spending money on Guild Wars, crazy. You can... What artifact would be good for you? I'm low on effectiveness. Let's get something that boosts effectiveness. How about, where's that stupid tree branch artifact? Oh, you know what? This works fine. And you need speed boots. Remind me to take these damn boots off before I go in and do, There's your boots. Remind me to take these boots back off again before I go and brick my wyvern runs. And Ricardo, are you built? You're good to go. Okay, in the top team, this pushes back, but neither of these are fast, so I'm safe to use Luna. That's going to seal everybody. Attack buff up. Nobody can really strip me. So is it not just BBK domination? Do I even need this? Burns, seals. Flan. Who's not a Soul Weaver. Never have enough books. She does this. Rages everybody. Resource reduction, but there's no provoke. There's no stall. Use this. Use her. Push up. Soul burn. BBK. Dead. I like it. Let's try it. Except my BBK is... Why is my BBK missing gear? Oh yeah, I gave it to... Numbnuts. Something that penetrates. Perfect. Free unequip starts again on the 26th and goes till Sunday. Fan-freaking-tastic. Okay, I want to save the burn for Flan, so I'm just going to raw S3. That is a slow-ass Sea Phantom Poly. We'll burn. Defense break, everybody. Boop. And then we'll push up BBK, who will have enough souls to burn. Oh my god, this is going to hit so hard. Oh my god. I almost feel bad for what's about to hit these guys. Look away. Those of you who are faint at heart, look away. You aren't going to want to see this. Oh my god. Get cleaved, assholes. Okay. So if you're doing a reconnaissance for your team, this is a great picture, great screenshot to post in your guild war room. It shows people how fast they are. And what you want to say is, you want to say, I've got a 292 Conqueror Lilius, my Inferno Kawazu's 250 speed, and my Zahak is 270 speed, and it'll let them know this is probably about a 260-ish or 250-ish. You know, right up against a 250-ish this girl, 248-ish this girl, and a slow this girl, and it'll let them figure out where things are. Secret Art Storm Sword for sure on these units. Okay, I gotta hope I push back. Provoke. Okay, we got the provoke, but not the pushback, but that's all we needed. I'm going to use this on you to push you up. Team Synergy, now he gets to take a turn. This will penetrate evasion. With the attack buff, this should absolutely murder this unit. Oh no, it might not be enough. I never has enough. And because he got vigor from her, this will ignore ER. Team Synergy. And although she has a damage limit doesn't apply to dot damage. He's going to kick, do 2 to 3 burns, and then she'll explode in a puff of smoke. And now I can just press auto, because what the hell's Airwell going to do to this team? So it's a good team, but do you see the potential flaws in it? If both of them were on Secret Art Storm Sword, I could have only have provoked and pushed one back. If I had gotten 15%'ed, that would have been ruined. So I lost this fight if he had 2 Secret Art Storm Swords. Harkening back to our artifact list, that's something you want to keep 2 of if you can. So there you go. My Guild Wars workshop intensive. Thanks for the team idea, though. That worked nicely. I was half hoping they were both on Storm Sword so I could show what problem could have happened, but I was also really glad when they weren't both on Storm Sword because I hate losing. It's just not me. I don't like it. Hey, speaking of gear, since we weren't speaking of gear, this is going to roll great, right? I've never seen an ER Spirit Eye. She's too stat hungry to put ER on her, but that could be a dirty little trick. An ER Spirit Eye Selene on Storm Sword, and people think they can conk Lilius through it, and she resists it. Nasty. Alright, guys. We're going to ease into the pool on this one. 1 toe at a time. Show me crit chance. No! 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 Don't do it. 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 Don't split HP and attack. The curse of my necks, where I always get HP and attack. Don't do it. We forgive one. Just no more. Okay. That's great. That's great. More of that. More of that. Beautiful. 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 We vibing. Come on. Another big number. That was a small number, but we take it. It was in the right stat. Show me a big-ass number. But show me 30 attack. 30 attack. Oh, look upon my works, ye mighty in despair. That is great. That is the best bruiser piece I think I have on my account for a pen neck. Totally saved. This sucks. I hate this, but it only pinged it a little bit, and a little bit of HP is welcome. You always forgive one. Oh, that is lovely. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, did we forget to start this? Oh, for crying out loud. How many do we need? We need like 30. What the hell? Silly Octo. My hunt pet. Always make sure you have your right pet. Remember, you want to keep these guys, but I've got enough where I can now sell them safely. Don't forget Lilius gear. Did I forget to gear Lilius? Oh, Conqueror Lilius, right. Thank you. Shoeless Lilius. Okay, I need to do 5 battles in arena, so let's get these out of the way real quick. What is up with the Caides on all of these? Ah, I can't background the son of a bitch. There's one. No. I think this one's safe. Two. Three. Ooh, the rat. The rat could one-shot my Charon. That's dangerous. Yeah, the rat could be fast and could one-shot my Charon. There's an initiator. There's a double initiator. Rat goes first. Rat could one-shot. I don't think rat can one-shot. Is there a safer team? This one looks safer. There we go. And no. Risky. Very risky. If this is a can hit anybody Celine, it could break the orientation of my Cleave. If she hits highest attack, it's fine. don't like this one. I don't like it at all. See, I knew better. I knew better. My gut told me not to do it. Oh well. We'll just kill it manual. I do not have enough speed to cleave an arena. Do you recommend building this Charon team? I think all of the teams I'm currently using will go away once Harsetti comes out. So you gotta decide if it's worth it to you to build for use on 2 to 3 days. Also, the Charon team I was using doesn't need speed. They were all slow units. That was a 221 speed ran. But yeah, we really need to see, you know, what kind of a boulder Harsetti throws into arena. Shit, I forgot about... Oh my god, am I gonna cut? Am I gonna cut? God, son of a... Watch her give raise to everybody. Okay. Suddenly I'm not doing nearly the damage I want to do. It was dumb of me. You never take this offense into freaking Ilanov. Oh, poor Ahmed. She's about to get, like, blasted by that Celine. Oh my god, what a tank. At least Ahmed can kill something before she dies. Bam. I took the speed gear off of Ilanov and went back to the DPS version. I could try to find a screenshot of the fast one if you'd like. But I went to the slow counter support one since I'm not using her terribly much on defense right now. I'm back and forth on which I like the better. The fast Ilanov was a terrorist. Fast Ilanov on Holy Sack was really nice. Okay, so now I have completed this entire day so I can get my 400 stamina. And now I can take last week's rewards. And that closes out week 2, activates week 4, or week 3, activates week 4. And now I have a whole ass series of daily missions to do again. 400 free stamina. I got 2 daily missions on Monday because I waited to collect my rewards.
How well did I do, Link?
Always do that. Wait on Sunday, wait to collect the rewards. The final rewards. Always leave your final clear reward in place, collect it on Monday morning, and you get 400 additional stamina. Per week. Even if you just start it this week, it's an extra 800 stamina you'll get next time around. How did you do? How did you do? Wow! That blows mine away, man. You've got 2.5 crit sets worth of crit chance in one stat. That is a gorgeous quad roll crit. Congratulations, man. That especially on pen piece coves, right? Because pen usually goes in place of crit set, so you need to get the crit stats back from the pen substats. This piece solves problems. You'll use this piece all over the place, man. You're gonna have units fighting with each other over who gets this. It's a very nice piece. Congratulations. Ew. I guess it's okay. The stats are nice, but ew. Alright guys, I think that's all I have time for today. I've got to get back to work. It's almost 2. I haven't had lunch yet. My hands are getting a little shaky, so I'm gonna go get some food. We'll do a quick little giveaway for those of you on Twitch. For those of you on YouTube, I am looking for ways to do giveaways. Maybe I'll try to get some Sky Stones or something to give out. And we'll do a little contest or something over the weekend, have some fun with it. But for right now, those of you who are on Twitch, let's see. Guess who this ice unit's going to be? 3 to 5 star. Whoever guesses it right, free sub. Go for it. Who's this gonna be? Aether. Aether. Damn. Okay, we'll cut it off soon. No more guesses. Cutting it off in 3, 2, 1. No more guesses. Okay. Best of luck to the winners. Hopefully they're me. Oh, everybody guessed a 3-star is SOL. It's a thief. It's a 4-star thief. It's Corinne. Anybody say Corinne? I'm sure somebody said Corinne. Nobody forgets Corinne. Ran, Aether, Aria, TG, Zerato, Lena, Momo, Furious, Mui, Clarissa, Crozet, Ran, Asaria. We got a colorblind guy. Mui, Elvira, Yabe Joe. Yabe Joe. Congratulations, buddy. But wait a minute, you're already subbed. Well, Yabe Joe, you can pick somebody from the community to get this sub, buddy. So who do you want to get the gifted sub, since you've already got one? Are you here, buddy? For Karisawa? Okay. Congratulations on your sub. Make sure you thank the lucky Yabi Joe for the gift sub. We'll do I'll look for some way to do a giveaway this weekend. I'm gonna be out of town Wednesday. I'll be live tomorrow, but then Wednesday I probably won't be live at all. If I've got the energy after my road trip, we'll do the post-maintenance podcast. Remember, maintenance this Wednesday, then Harsetti comes out. If you guys have any questions, join my Discord. Link for the Discord in the description of this video for you guys, stream for you guys on YouTube. Those of you who are in Twitch, you can always find it, !Discord. I hope you guys have great luck today, and yeah, this was fun. Thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. Let's see who we're gonna raid today. Who is live? Let's go say hi to Elf Mage. He raided me recently. Let's return the favor. You can go watch your favorite legend streamer showing you what you can do with insanely high-end gear. and a really good keen eye. If you guys are interested in top-end competitive play, Elf is a great channel to follow. And I will catch you guys next time. Have a great one, everybody.